Two very interesting IEMs have entered into my household in past couple of days. First one is the Xenns Up by Mangird. Finally, after a whole year of looking for a good deal on this one, I finally have in hand a unit. I know you guys have been requesting this for the long time now, but rest assured, the wait is over. And the other IEM, the brand new, super sexy design, FH7S by FiiO. Now, if you recall the FH5S, that one also has a beautiful design similar to this one. I love how that one looked, but the sound is not my favorite. Let's see how this one does today. Hey friends, Tim here, welcome back to another video on Xenns Audio, and of course today is going to be the unboxing / first impression of the Xenns Up and the FH7S. And of course, being that it is a first impression, this is not a final thought, not a full review. I have to say this because there are one or two people in the comments every time saying that, oh, you shouldn't judge the IEM based on one song. How can you review based on one song? It is a first impression, not a review. First box, let's start off with the Xenns Up, since a lot of you guys been waiting months and months and even a year for my impression on this. So beautiful front of the box, probably my favorite box of all time. My wife also really loves this design as well. It's just a gorgeous box through and through. The back also looked just as amazing. Definitely a showpiece box. I'm keeping this around. Pull out the sleeve, you get the standard black Mangird box. I think this one's a little bit bigger, I'm not sure, than the other ones, but the IEM should sit inside. There they are, and they're beautiful. There they are, and they are gorgeous. I love the faceplate on these IEMs. The first time I ever saw the promotional picture for these, I was like, damn, that is sexy. And seeing them with my own real eyes now, I love how these look. Here's the carrying case, standard Mangird carrying case. Open that up, you get the cable, and the cable is nice, nothing too crazy. Nothing that I would be impressed about if I spend $700 on IEM, but you know, it's not bad, nothing to fault. Soft and comfortable, has a little bit of memory, and a pretty cool design. I think cable-wise, I've been kind of spoiled with the Liquid Links Conti. This one's like $100, and it is top-notch quality cable for $100, so something along the line of this doesn't really impress me anymore. Now inside the box you also get a generous amount of tips and interchangeable termination for your cable. I take it back, I now like this cable. This cable is now awesome because of this addition. Now enough about the unboxing, let's jump into the impression of it. And of course, the DAP of choice is the M11 Plus, always, and the song of choice today is gonna be Kiss Me More by Doja Cat, my tried and true awesome song for testing IEMs. Great bass, great female vocals, great treble, just all in all a great song. All right, moment of truth. Let's go. I can see why this is called the guilty pleasure for bass heads. It is a lot of bass, not bad quality bass either, good quality bass. The rumble, the slam is satisfying, though the control is a little bit uncontrolled, if you will. The bass does feel like it is intruding into the mid-range more than I would personally like for my own personal taste. But again, this is not made really to be neutral. It is a bass head's guilty pleasure, I understand. And the bass on here, if you are a bass head and you do want some rumbly, strong, satisfying bass, and the mid-range is really not important to you, then yes, this feels nice. And I do enjoy the bass for what it is. Fun, a lot of power, a lot of impact, just an entertaining type of bass. Now, the other thing I was super impressed about with this set is the upper mid-range and the treble. The treble is smooth, you're not gonna get any peaks or sibilances whatsoever, though it is on the more tamer side. I wish there was a little bit more to help compensate for the amount of bass that you get. The mid-range, especially the upper mid-range, is still correct. Like, female vocals still sound satisfying on here. Male vocals are not tested in this track, but female vocals still comes across nice. Even though you get so much bass, the vocals still shine, and that's something I highly appreciate. The other thing that I thought was nice was the detail performance and the stage. Even though you do get a lot of bass and everything feel quite overwhelming in the track itself and by design because of the tuning, it doesn't feel enclosed. It doesn't feel like a ball. There's good sense of stage in here, or enough to not make it feel congested. Now, it's not gonna be the widest stage out there or the best detail because of how much the bass is and how much it kind of intrudes into the mid-range. So you do lose some mid-range clarity because of it. And I would expect, especially in the male vocals, you will feel the bass more strongly than on the female vocals. But yes, it's not gonna be the most highly detailed, not the best soundstage out there, but it does, or at least right now in first impression world, it does feel like it's competent enough to deliver the signature that it's going for. Again, full thoughts will be in the full review later on in the month. Next, of course, we have the FH7S, the sexy looking dragon scale looking thing. I love this. The other front of the box, beautiful as always. Open up the box, you get warranty, manual, quick start guide. No one cares about that. And the IEMs. Look at those. They are awesome looking. I wish FiiO makes more of this design. It just speaks to my soul in a way. It just looks so gorgeous. Big FiiO IEM case right here. And inside of this, you find tips and interchangeable termination for your cable. It looks like a 4.4. So I'm guessing a 3.5 might be installed default. Besides those, you get a cleaning tool, cable clip, and also an MMCX detacher is what I call it. I don't know what the actual term for this is, but this little tool is amazing. I always keep it around because I don't like MMCX cables, and this is a lifesaver when dealing with those. On the underside of the box, you also get even more sets of tips. FiiO, they're just the king of accessories, man. They give a lot. And one other interesting thing, if you remember the FH7S, those come with tuning switches. These come with tuning nozzles. Exciting. Yes, I'm so pumped about this. Please just use switches. Switches are so much more convenient than these. Red is the bass switch, the green is the treble switch, and the white one that's default in the IEM is the balance. And today we're gonna test it out on the balance option only. Full review, I'll have all three tested for you guys. Cable quality is nice as well. Again, nothing that blows me away, but good quality. Also with the termination change as well, which is really nice, especially for IEMs of this price. But the most important thing again is the sound. How do these sound? FiiO can really be a hit and a miss, so I have no clue what these will sound like. I love some FiiO and I don't really like some FiiO. They haven't really made like a bad one, I guess. But yes, let's just listen. Same song. Okay, now first impression, this has kind of the FiiO house signature, if you will, where they focus quite a bit on the bass, especially here the mid bass. It has similar sounding tune to like the FD3, the FD5 family, and the mid bass does intrude into the mid range. You feel the female vocals have a little bit of boom to them, so you can say there's a bit of bass bleed, if you will. It's not disgusting, it's not overly muddy, though it's not a natural feeling mid-range. Now upper mids and treble has quite a sufficient energy. Treble area I feel like can use a little bit more still, but it's devoid of any sibilances, any fatiguing feelings, so that's a good plus already. Detail wise, soundstage wise, also I would say nice. It's not enclosed, it doesn't feel congested, it's nice. I wouldn't say it's uber wide, but it's nice. So far, first impression, not the biggest fan of the mid-range tuning choice, but everything else is good. The bass is thumpy, it sounds dynamic as well. So yeah, always good, just the mid-range. Not my favorite mid-range. Alright, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. In terms of which one I like the most today, it has to be the Xenns Up, you know, go for the man, the Xenns Up right there. It has more correct mid-range than the FiiO for me, which is something that I find the most important. The FiiO FH7S, I feel like, is an improvement over the FH5S. I remember really disliking the FH5S. Of course, I'll be comparing those two in the full review to give you guys, you know, a clear picture of where I stand. But for now, I feel like it is better than the FH5S. I do like it for the most part, just again, not the mid-range. And with all that being said, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe, peace, bye. 君が笑うだけで何でもできる気がする。一緒に